They say casinos never lose, that the house always wins. But once, not so long ago, a single man, armed with nothing but mathematics and a restless mind, turned that rule upside down. This is the story of the genius who outsmarted the world's biggest casino and paid the price for it. He wasn't a criminal, not a mobster with a suitcase full of cash. He was a quiet, awkward young man, raised far from the neon glow of Las Vegas. As a boy, numbers were his only friends. While other kids played ball, he filled notebooks with patterns, obsessed with order hidden inside chaos. By the time he reached college, he had discovered something most gamblers never realize. Casinos don't run on luck, they run on math. And if you could decode the math, you could bend the game itself. His specialty was blackjack. To most people, it's just another card game, but to him, it was a living puzzle. He developed a system, not crude card counting, but an elegant formula, a symphony of probabilities, that allowed him to predict the game's rhythm with almost supernatural precision. At first, the winnings came slowly, a few $100s here, a weekend trip there. But soon he realized he could scale it. With a team of students trained in his method, they walked into casinos across America and started bleeding the house dry. In one weekend, they could walk away with millions. The casinos were furious. Surveillance cameras tracked their every move, security guards followed them to their hotel rooms, but the young genius stayed calm. He believed he wasn't cheating, he was simply playing smarter. The rules were the same. He had just found the cracks in the system. For a while he was unstoppable. He became a ghost story whispered by pit bosses, a legend in the shadows of Vegas. He lived the kind of life most gamblers only dream of: private jets, endless cash, a sense of control over the uncontrollable. But genius, when it collides with greed, can become its own downfall. The casinos adapted. They changed the number of decks, shuffled more often, invented new rules to kill his system. His once perfect formula began to crumble. And as the money slipped away, so did his grip on reality. Friends describe him in those years as haunted, paranoid, convinced he was being followed, that the world was out to steal his ideas. In truth, maybe it was. His methods were so precise they eventually inspired Wall Street traders, who used them not on cards but on markets, building fortunes while he slipped into obscurity. He never found peace. He died young, in poverty, forgotten by the very world he once outsmarted. The casino survived, the house, as always, won in the end, but his story lingers like cigarette smoke in a dimly lit room, a reminder that sometimes brilliance doesn't bring riches or power. Sometimes it brings only obsession and tragedy. And yet, in his own way, he did what most of us only dream of. He beat the system, if only for a moment. He proved the house doesn't always have to win. The real question is, was the price worth it?